A scientific law is a statement that describes an observable occurrence in nature that appears to always be true. It is a term used in all of the natural sciences, astronomy, biology, chemistry, and physics, to name a few. But what is an observable occurrence? Well, it's something that can be seen by anyone and happens with no intervention by man. In science, sometimes a law is called a principle. The law or principle may describe only the occurrence, or it may describe the occurrence and predict it as well. However, a law does not make explanations about the natural occurrence. Some terms related to scientific law are hypothesis and theory. However, a scientific law is different from a hypothesis or a theory. The main difference is that a scientific law has been tested more than the other two. It's called being empirically tested. But another important difference is that a hypothesis is an explanation of an observation found in nature, while a law is based on an observation only. In other words, the hypothesis is the why, while the law is the what. The scientific methods process begins with the formulation of a hypothesis, which is an educated guess based on observations. Then the hypothesis is tested through research. After repeated testing and verification, the hypothesis may be moved up to a theory. It's important to remember that a hypothesis and a theory cannot be proven, but they can be supported or rejected. So, can a scientific law be proven? Well, let's do a little more explanation before we get into that question. Basically, scientific laws come from physics. Most laws can be represented as an equation, which is a mathematical formula. The formula can be used to predict an outcome. Specifically, once applied, the formula predicts that a new observation will conform to the law. Now, let's be clear, a scientific law does not have absolute certainty. Nothing in science does. It could be overturned by future observations. For instance, Newton's law of gravitational force was later found to only apply in weak gravitational fields. But does that mean that Newton's law is not important? Not at all. So have we answered our question from above? Can a law be proven? Yes, but it's always open to change. Example number 1. Newton's second law of motion is written as F net